Hey, Cassie here. For the last 2 weeks on the blog, I've been sharing all about the Akashic field. So I want to hop on here and dive a little bit into those blog posts and share a little bit more about it. So if you missed the first blog post in the series, I shared about what the Akashic field is. So you've probably heard the term the Akashic records. That's what this place is often referred to as. I prefer the term Akashic field because using the word Akashic records or the term Akashic records, it really humanizes this place and makes it very physical when it's not a physical place at all and it's not a human place at all. So the Akashic field is, I like to think of it as kind of the brain of the universe or God, whatever word suits you best. So it's the kind of like living space of every thought that has ever been thought, every action that's ever been taken. It's where all of our past life information is stored. It's where all future probabilities are stored. So it's literally impossible for our human brains to really grasp how huge and massive and how much is contained in the Akashic field. So like I said, using the term Akashic records, a lot of times people have this idea of like a big shiny library. It's just that really for me kind of diminishes the grandiosity of the Akashic field, which is just something that we can't even fathom. So that's my 2 cents. If for you it works better to imagine it as a library and you like the term Akashic records, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can continue to use that and it is right. That's just my personal preference, and I think that it kind of lends itself a little bit better to what the Akashic field is. So if you want to learn more about what the Akashic field is, you can hop on over to our blog and read a little bit more about it. But I want to focus here a little bit more about how to access it, which is what the blog post that I shared this week is all about. So I share 5 tips for accessing the Akashic field. So why would you want to access it in the first place? So if you have any interest in learning more about your own past life experiences, this is a great tool to do that. You might want to learn from your past life experiences because maybe you've had sensations or feelings or inclinations about past lives that you've had. You can learn from those past life experiences. Maybe you had past life traumas that have followed you into this lifetime, and it's caused things that you don't really understand, but you feel somehow attached or connected to these traumas that you don't remember in this lifetime. So there can be a lot of healing and exploring our past lives. Another reason is to just tap into this energy that everything is connected to. So this idea of once one person has the thought or idea, it kind of spreads. That's kind of what the Akashic field is. It's when people tap into that and everybody has this kind of similar idea at the same time. So it's a great place to connect to if you're very creative and you do creative work, to kind of flow that energy, that wisdom from the universe through yourself into your work. So those are a couple reasons why you might want to access the Akashic field. Again, I list more reasons on the blog post. So if you want to access the Akashic field, if you look online, you might see all sorts of things about accessing the Akashic records, and you need a special prayer and you need somebody to guide you through it. And again, not that those things are incorrect. You can have a special prayer. You can hire somebody to guide you through it, but you don't need those things. And I tell you that because I know I have accessed this energy field. I've used it for myself, and I haven't used a special prayer. These are the steps that I use to access this field that I'm going to share with you right now. So the first thing is you need to raise your frequency, your vibrational frequency. So I know that sounds like, just a meme you see on coffee cups and t-shirts, but we're talking about going to a space that's not a physical space, and you're a physical being. So we really need to raise our frequency up to kind of meet that level. So one way to do that is to meditate. For me, that's the way that I raise my frequency. There are a lot of ways to do that, and I dive into this on the blog. But meditation is probably the fastest and easiest way that I've found to really raise my frequency. So the second step, it's going to help raise your frequency too. But the second step is that you need to connect deeply with your crown chakra and your soul star chakra. So I have got blog posts on the blog about each of these chakras. So if you're like, what is that? Or you want to dive more into them, you can just search crown chakra and soul star chakra on the blog. They're also linked in this Akashic Records blog post. So the crown chakra is located right at the top of your head, and the soul star chakra is located above it. And they're connected and work together. And it's said that the connection to the Akashic field can be accessed through your soul star chakra. And of course, you have to have a healthy crown chakra to get to that. So I know this sounds like kind of like all over the place and crazy. I promise it makes a lot of sense if you just hop on over to the blog and kind of look at it. But the first place to start is really just making sure you have a healthy, balanced crown chakra. And that's really just, it's going to happen naturally. So it's not like you're going to get an email that's, oh, your soul star chakra has been activated. You're just going to kind of feel more connected to the universe. You're going to feel, well, for me, I mean, I get a very physical sensation of kind of feeling almost tingly, very at peace. You're going to know when you've kind of accessed that space. That said, people might experience it in different ways, so if that doesn't happen for you, but you feel like you've accessed this energy place, then you probably have. So the next thing that I feel like it's a very easy step that a lot of people leave out is ask. So if you're wanting to access the Akashic field, you've meditated, you maybe did a crown chakra meditation to focus on that connection to the Akashic field. So the next step is ask, what is it that you want to receive from the Akashic field? Are you stuck on a creative project and you need energy and wisdom from the collective to kind of flow through you for that creative project? Do you want to experience a past life? Then you need to ask for that. So get clear about what it is that you want to experience from the Akashic field, and be really clear in asking for that. So the fourth step is going to be to trust. So I think a lot of people, myself included, when you're doing intuitive work like this, when you're doing deep spiritual work like this, you might have a sensation, and I think a lot of times our gut instinct is to question it or say, oh, well, I didn't really feel that strong enough, so I don't think it was real. Trust your feelings and your sensations that you receive, especially when you're in this deep meditative state. Trust it. So if you ask to experience a past life and you get a sensation just for a moment of being at the beach, trust that. Trust that you experienced a past life and that the ocean or a beach was a part of that. In the beginning, when you're first making this connection to the Akashic field, the sensations and feelings that you get might be very small, but the only way you're going to progress is if you trust those inclinations, those little bits and pieces that you get. Okay? So the last step, the fifth step, is practice. So like I said, you're not going to sit down. If this is the first time you've tried to access the Akashic field, maybe it'll be like this mind-blowing magical experience, but more likely you'll, meditate, do a crown chakra meditation, ask a question, really zone in, and then, like I said, you'll just get a little blip, a little sensation. That's okay. You have to start somewhere, but the more you practice, it's going to build on that, and you're going to have more intense experiences. Things are going to open up for you. It's going to become more natural. So trust and practice. Like I said, if you want to dive a little bit deeper into this, check out the blog. If you have questions, you can comment on this. I've got it posted on our field. I don't know if you can ask questions here on IGTV. I'm sure you can, so you can always DM me too. But I hope that you found this helpful and informative, and I hope that you try it. It can really be a really magical experience, and I think that once you try accessing this energy field, that you'll be able to use it in your daily life, and it'll kind of open doors for you in some pretty magical ways. So I hope you'll try it, and yeah, I can't wait to talk again soon. Bye!